Hey everybody, the Portable Bobby here. I've gotten a few new subscribers over the last few days, and I've been getting some good views, so I'm going to reiterate a few things that some of you already know, and I'm going to give you some other information as well. But to those new viewers and to the new subscribers, I want you to know that my channel is dedicated to our exploited, sexually abused, and trafficked children. You know, but it's nearly impossible sometimes to discuss child trafficking without getting into the human trafficking aspect at some point. So please bear with me, and I'll do my best to tie the knot between human trafficking and child sex trafficking. I have a burden for those who are trafficked. And for so long, these children and these women have had no voice that could be heard, because people tend to look the other way. You know, the truth is too graphic to look at. It's like on the Humane Society commercials you see on TV for the SPCA. Those poor little puppies, malnutrition, skinny, freezing to death and shaking and shivering. It tears your heart out. Most people turn it off, or they turn the channel. I do, because it breaks my heart. See, I have 2 dogs, and I do my level best to raise those dogs and to treat them with utter kindness and love that I would give a child. I'm doing the best I can for the animals. I can't save all the animals, and I can't save all the children. And I'm not comparing the two. I am not comparing children to animals. Don't even go there. But I have a burden for those who are trafficked, you haven't had a voice, because you want to look the other way. I looked the other way for a long, long time, people. And I'm going to tell you, it was a whole lot easier to look the other way than it is to look it square in the face every day. Every single day, I look this stuff square in the face. And I look for hope, and I look for any news of a brighter tomorrow for our children. It's really hard to find. It's hard to find good news when it comes to our children. There's so little of it. But I come across articles that I research every day, and it's full of the evil, demonic, child predators that live in our society, beside us, right next to us. They can be your family, your neighbor, your friend, your pastor, your deacon. Could be your child's teacher or principal, dog catcher, policeman. It doesn't matter. They're everywhere in our society. But you know, sex trafficking usually occurs in places like motels and hotels, impoverished neighborhoods, along major highways, and get this, people, in almost every urban women's center across America, there is trafficking going on of these women. It's border to border, and it's coast to coast. According to the federal government, human trafficking is the recruitment, the harboring, the transportation, or obtaining a person for the purpose of a commercial sexual act. That means if you're getting paid, it's for a commercial sexual act. People, this ain't nothing but modern day slavery. plain and simple. These women and they girls, you know, they work in massage parlors, for escort services, residential brothels, you know, and on the internet and in the streets. People, you see them on every street corner in the major cities across America, prostituting themselves and then giving the money to a pimp. People, that pimp is the one that needs to be took down. He's the trafficker. I don't know what else to say. Pimps have been around forever. They've been glorified on TV. Superfly. You know? I mean, pimps are supposed to be hip, slick, and cool. They may be hip, slick, and cool. And in my day, they drove big Cadillacs and Eldorados and wore big hats and felt suits. I don't know what they're doing today. But I'm going to tell you, people, it hadn't changed. They're sex traffickers, no matter what you call them. Put a fancy hat and a big fancy car on them, don't change what they are. But you know, this just proves my theory that street prostitution is harmful. It's harmful to our exploited girls and women. I don't know. Maybe these girls and women are so psychosomatic about this stuff that that's all they know and that's all they want to do. I don't know. But I do know that the majority of them are not there by choice. They were lured there. They were lured there with promises. Promises of things that they wish they could have, that they thought they were going to get, but never did. And then they found themselves lost in a world of sexual abuse and exploitation. People, there are risk factors for some people that are trafficked. But you know, most of them have a history of child abuse, substance abuse, poverty. It's always about the money, people. Involvement in child protective services. Imagine that. Juvenile detention. Well, I'm going to give that another imagine that. And prior exploitation and child abuse. You know, runaways and homeless, these youth are especially at risk for sex trafficking. Mainly because on the street, the evil is everywhere, and an innocent child has no hope of survival unless they're willing to accept gifts and promises for something wanted or needed that they will never get. Instead, they'll live in horror and fear. But actually, the young person is much more likely to meet a predator in their own home rather than on the street, people, because of social media. You know, traffickers include mom and pop operations, gangs, crime rings, cartels, the wealthy, the elite. You know, the bad thing about it is many of these girls and these women are groomed by these predators to the point to where they actually help recruit girls and women for this predator. They're so lost in what they're doing, they don't know how to get back. So maybe we need to do something. Let's get rid of the pimps. Let's get rid of the traffickers. And then let's help these women. Good Lord, our government spends so much money on welfare for the illegal aliens, and the immigrants, why don't we do a little bit for the people here in America? Let's find these women and these girls that are on the streets and in these brothels and in these towns that are being trafficked. Why don't we hunt them out? We could find them. We have the means to do it. And then we could offer them a chance. Say, you can either stay where you're at or come with us, and we'll give you a year, room and board, and we'll teach you a trade. And you can go back into society, and you can function as a normal human being away from the world of sexual trafficking. People, we've done it all over the years. Back when I was growing up, they had a CETA plan. I don't know exactly what the CETA stood for, but I knew that I got $81 a week to go to school. Back then, 81 bucks was a lot of money, people. I'm an old man. People, social media is the detriment to our kids. If you're not involved, if you don't know what's going on with them, the ante just upped for the chances of them being child trafficked. You know, the national discussion on sex trafficking is growing, and we're getting better data collection. And the national awareness of the problem is getting better. That's what I'm trying to do, people, is to make people aware that this happens. This is a problem in our society for our girls and our women, and yes, even boys. Not to the extent of the girls and the women. But let me tell you, people, the truth lives on this channel right here. I'm not going to tell you a lie. Everything I bring to you is the truth. Everything I bring to you has been vetted and proven. If by some chance I might get crazy and want to bring in a conspiracy theory to you, I'll be sure and tell you that's what it is, because I don't believe too much in conspiracy theories anyway. Okay, people, this video's went long enough. I've got more coming, so this is part 1. Part 2's to come. Stay tuned, people. This is Deplorable Bobby. This is the way I see it. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. I'll be back with part 2, child exploitation, in just a little bit.